to apologize. I have not been doing well at getting videos uploaded. We have been so crazy busy over basically since Thanksgiving started. We had Thanksgiving with Joe's family and then Thanksgiving with my family the next weekend, and I was hosting, and then my sister, she's joining the Marines, and she got her ship out date for before Christmas. She was leaving before Christmas, so we got together for Christmas yet, and I hosted that again, and plus December is just crazy busy for us anyways. My husband and both of my children both have birthdays in December, so I feel a little bit like a Scrooge this year. I don't know if it's just because I'm pregnant, because normally I love the holidays, and I mean, the hecticness of things, it doesn't bother me. But I'm kind of ready for the holidays to be over. I'm ready for things to slow down and for life to slow down, because there's just been so much going on. On top of all of that, we're all sick. So you probably can't hear it. I have my honey and lemon and peppermint tea here that I'm sipping on. I am 30 weeks and 4 days today, and I had an ultrasound yesterday. They were wanting to check on the baby's growth and things like that, and they're also going to check and see if the subchorionic hemorrhage, if that was shrinking, if it was still there, because I had been having a lot of contractions at one point. My uterus was really irritable, so they thought that they would just check to see if maybe that was there and causing any problems. The good news is they could not find it. The ultrasound technician did say that it could be hiding behind the baby, but at this point, like, yes, the baby's big enough that it could hide like a small one, but a large one, like it had been, you would not be able to miss it. She would have been able to see at least a part of it if it was still really big. So she said that it's really good that she could not find it, that it's probably, if it is still there, very small and insignificant. So that was really, really great news. She is weighing their estimation right now, which I know that ultrasounds are notorious for being wrong, and especially the later that you get, the less accurate they are as far as their weight estimations go. But the estimation was 3 pounds and 5 ounces, which is really good. I think at 30 weeks I read that around 3 pounds is normal. So the estimation is that she's a little bit heavier, but I have big babies. I just make big babies. My first was 8'13", my second was 8'1". I'm definitely expecting somewhere between 8 and 9 pounds. Yes, I'm not even thinking anything smaller than that. I would be shocked if I had a baby that was less than 8 pounds. So, sorry, I'm all out of breath. That was all good. She looked beautiful. I had both children. I had to go by myself with both children. They were so excited. They thought it was, especially Avia. I don't think Samuel really understood what was going on, but Avia definitely understood that we were looking at her sister and just could not get over that. It was really cute, actually. So the other thing is that she was able to kind of see, I have been feeling like she was not in a good position yet, which I know at 30 weeks, you know, there's still time to work on that, but she is oblique, and so that isn't like a really great position for birth. So I am going to be looking at the exercises on spinningbabies.com that are specific for the oblique position and working on some of those things and continuing to try to work on getting myself into balance. I don't feel like I've done as good of a job at that as I did with Samuel, and he was in perfect position for birth. So I definitely need to step it up and be on top of that a little bit more. And I might need to be going to the chiropractor a little more as well, because she is specially trained to handle, like, she can massage certain ligaments and stuff like that to help with bringing the uterus more into balance. She doesn't just adjust the back and things like that. So if you can find a chiropractor that's like that, they're gems. They're just gems. So yeah, all good news there. As far as weight gain, that wasn't so great again. Excuse me one moment. according to the doctor's office, I gained 9 pounds in the last 4 weeks. And I'll be honest, it's not all unhealthy food. We had a lot of unhealthy food over Thanksgiving, Christmas, and the birthdays that we've been having. So there are Christmas cookies like sitting out all over the place, and I've already told you that I am craving sweets really bad. And it has not been a good thing for there to be all of these Christmas cookies sitting around. I have indulged more than once. So that's definitely something that I need to do better on, as far as just making sure that, yes, it's okay to have a little bit. You know, I don't want to be so strict where I never allow myself to touch a cookie or something like that. But I do need to do a better job at not going overboard with it. So the other stuff is like, I did want to say with the contractions in the Braxton Hicks, those have actually been a lot better. And I don't know, was like there was some remnants of the subchorionic hemorrhage that were irritating the uterus, and so they were causing more contractions, because and I feel like over the last couple of weeks mine have been less and they haven't been as painful. So that's actually pretty good too. My cervix was nice and long still, so even the contractions that I was having or were having, they weren't actually changing my cervix at all, so that was all good. As far as other symptoms, I am exhausted still, just all the time. Some of that could do with, I'll go ahead and mention my mood as well. I've been really stressed, and of course there's been a lot going on, but I feel like normally I would handle the busyness of everything a little bit better than I am handling it right now. So I've been a little bit stressed and grouchy. It's just been harder for me to remain patient with the children. And then the children have been extra challenging over the last couple weeks. And I really do feel like the mother's mood does affect the home. So I'm not sure, is that emanating from me? And it's that my mood is affecting them, and so they're being grouchy. And then it almost ends up being a vicious circle too, because they're grouchy and then I'm getting more irritable with them because, you know, they're doing things that are frustrating, and then they're responding to my not responding well to their frustrating behavior. And so then we just have this vicious circle going on. Actually, if you think about it, please pray for us, because this is something I'm thinking we have got to get this nipped in the bud before we add another child to the mix. But that has just added to the exhaustion, because I don't know if you can see it. There's actually some blood here. It feels like I cannot leave the room for more than 5 seconds without something happening. And they're really to an age where, you know, sometimes they play so nicely together. They'll go off into the bedroom and they'll just be playing and everything. So like today, they went to the bedroom and they were playing really nicely together, and I thought, good, I'm going to go put a load of laundry in. And I kid you not, I had just put the laundry in the washing machine. I had not even been able to push the start button, and these screams were erupting. I ran into the room, and here they had been arguing, and because Samuel is so much smaller, he always gets the raw end of the deal, and there was this blood like just pouring down off of his head. I was like, "Wah!" Yeah, stressful. So I cleaned him up, and fortunately it was the smallest little cut that was just making a huge mess, and it wasn't really anything serious. But still, there are just a lot of things like that happening where I'm trying to figure out, how do I get them to, like, I can leave them for 5 seconds and they're going to be okay. Because it feels like they're taking they need all of my attention 100% of the time. And that's just not necessarily going to work very well with adding a third baby. So yeah. And the other thing is, as far as like pregnancy aches and pains, I am definitely in the 3rd trimester. I did gain, you know, close to 10 pounds in the last 4 weeks, so I'm a lot heavier. And so, yeah, my back aches, my hips ache, Amanda from Eat, Pray, Crunch was explaining why the pubic pain starts getting worse in the 3rd trimester. And that makes so much sense to me because I have been so sore on my pubic bone. Like, literally it feels like it's bruised. And, but yeah, because of the round ligaments attaching down there, and then as the belly's growing out and it's pulling more on the pubic bone, yeah, there's definitely been a lot of pubic pain. But I guess, you know, I feel like that's just pregnancy, and that's probably here to stay for the rest of the pregnancy. I mean, there are things that I'm going to be doing as far as exercises and stuff to try to strengthen my back. She was talking about how she feels like having a strong core really helps with some of that, like, because going into her 3rd pregnancy, she's not experiencing as much as she did with her 2nd pregnancy, but she had a much stronger core at the beginning of her 3rd pregnancy. So I definitely have some core muscle issues that I need to address once I'm done with this pregnancy, just to get my core back into a good shape. So yeah, all good things, all good things. Looking forward from here, like I said, I'm sorry I haven't been getting videos uploaded. I do have a ton of videos that I need to get done. I altered a pair of jeans to be maternity jeans, and so I'm going to do a little tutorial on that. As far as the outfits of the day, I think I'm going to change that a little bit. Instead of like just doing a week, I'm going to do like some specifics. Like I'm going to do a video on, here are my holiday outfits that I wore to different holiday parties. Here are my outfits that I'm wearing with leggings. You know, just some different things like that, more grouping them. So that you can see just some different ideas as far as, yeah, 3rd trimester outfits. I am loving my maternity leggings, and when I go out, I always try to have a longer top on, but at home I just run around to actually have my leggings on and just my comfy shirt right now, because it doesn't matter as much if, well, no one's here to see me. So also looking forward, Joe's going to be off starting on Christmas. He's going to be off for 2 weeks, and so we really want to get things arranged and set up for the baby coming. So we're going to be trying to work out the details on our sleeping arrangements. We have 3 bedrooms, and I have to decide, am I putting the baby in with our oldest daughter, and so then there'll just be a girl's room. The issue I see with that is that my oldest daughter does not sleep well, and having a baby that's waking up through the night might not be a very good idea. The baby will obviously be in with us for the first 6 weeks or so. So the other option would be to move Avi and Samuel into the same room and have them share a room for the next couple of years, and allow the baby to have a room by herself until she's sleeping well through the night and everything, and then put Avi and her in the same room together. The issue I see with that is Samuel's a little bit sensitive, and so we have tried a couple times to have him sleep in Avia's room with her, and we just put his mattress on the floor in there just to try it out, and it doesn't always work really well. Of course, we'll get through with the fighting and everything. That will be easy to sort through. It's just that he does not adjust well to new circumstances. He really likes routine. He likes things to be consistent. And so he hasn't necessarily been sleeping well in a different room. And so then I started second guessing myself about, you know, am I going to go through all of this work to get him to adjust to being willing to sleep in Avia's room, and then, you know, in 2 years, I'm going to put him back in a room by himself, and then he's going to have to adjust to sleeping by himself again, and then we'll have a whole nother issue to deal with. And so I really am struggling with this whole sleeping arrangement thing, and my husband keeps telling me I'm making too big of a deal out of it, but it is stressing me out. Like, what is the best thing to do? Should I put Avi and Samuel in the room, or should I just go ahead and put the baby in with Avia and deal with the constant waking up? Like, it just doesn't seem like there's a great solution. But we have 3 bedrooms. That's what we have to work with, and we have to figure it out. So that's my goal over the next 2 weeks, is to figure that out. And also to start, like if we are going to do any painting or anything like that, to get that done while Joe's off of work. So I might have some videos with some redecorating in them. We'll see. Thank you so much to the people who are subscribing and listening to these videos. I just feel so privileged that anyone would even sit down and listen to me ramble on about my life and my kids and things like that. So yeah, anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas and a great New Year, and we'll be chatting with you soon. Thanks, bye.